Hey babe, um, it is 1:40 a.m. my time, so 4:40 a.m. your time. Um, I just got done watching your video. Um, I liked it a lot. Thank you for making it for me. Um, I didn't realize how late it was, but I'm getting pretty tired. Um, I was smiling when you told me on the phone that your mom was like asking when you and I were gonna get married and that she like approves of me. Um, it means a lot. I mean, it made me really happy. Um, so I hope she ends up super duper liking me. Um, but I guess I'll let Junior in real quick. I also turn the fan on because it's hot in here. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I won't send you candy then. I'll send you stuff that you'll actually use. But yeah, so I have to go to the store and hopefully I can go today, Sunday. Um, Stop, Junior. Um, yeah, hmm. Work was okay. It was really busy, so like I started at 11, and then I looked down at the clock, and it was like 11:40, and I was like, oh shit, an hour hasn't even passed yet, and then I just got it kept getting really busy, and I looked down, and I was like, oh, okay, it's 4 o'clock. I've already been here for 5 hours. I've only got 4 hours left here, and I'm like, okay, well I've got less than 3 hours, and now I've got less than 2 hours, and so on, and yeah, so I was on my 30-minute break. No, I was on a 10-minute break when, stop, Junior. When, Wendy and this girl, Elena, came in, and, so Wendy's like, are you on your lunch? And I said, no, my 10-minute break. And she's like, you're like the only one that takes them. And I was saying to myself, well, I mean, get paid and not do anything? I mean, I'm, legally allowed to take them every 4 hours, so I'm going to take the opportunity to not do anything and get paid for it. Um, but, so, yeah, and then Elena was like, what are you doing next weekend? And I said, um, I don't know. And she's like, do you want to go to a party? And I was like, no thanks. And she's like, what? And then Wendy asked me, do you not like parties? And I said, nope. And she's like, really? Oh. And she's like, you can bring your girlfriend. I said, she's in Virginia. And Elena was like, oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm in a long distance relationship too. And like, yeah, it sucks. And then, and I was just like, my girlfriend, wouldn't like me going, to a party without her. And not that, I even want to go to a party, not like I wouldn't want to take you to a party, I don't want you around them, Not that it would be like a weird kind of party. I'm sure it's just like a Halloween party, but I don't know. I don't know these people, so it's just weird, you know? I don't want to take you to like a house full of strangers, you know? That's pretty stupid, but yeah, so I was just like, yeah, my girlfriend wouldn't like me, you know, she wouldn't want me going, you know, if she wasn't there, and when he's like, your girlfriend sounds overprotective, and I said, yep, but so am I, so we're perfect for each other. And she's like, ow. She's like, yeah, well, like my boyfriend that I recently broke up with, like he would like flip out if he saw like what I'm wearing to the party. And she was like, are you like that type of guy? And I said, yep. And she's like, oh, so yeah, you're like overprotective too. So I was like, yep. Um, so I don't really see like overprotective as being an insult, you know. Some people might think it's a bad quality. Um, I don't know. I guess since I've just always been overprotective, that I'm just used to it, and really, it's sort of take it or leave it with me. You know, I'm not gonna change. So that's just how I am. I'm not gonna be like, I don't care what you wear. I don't care who you hang out with. I don't care what you do. That kind of thing. Like that's just not me. Some people it is, and some people it's not. And people think that if you care what your girlfriend wears or who she hangs out with or what she does and with whom or whatever, that it's like lack of confidence or something. And I disagree. I just, what's mine is mine, and it's for me to see and have, and it's mine and only mine, and I don't share. And I just want someone with that same mentality about me, and you know, modesty never killed anyone. So yeah. Um, but yeah, and then she was like, I was talking to Eddie, and I asked him about his girlfriend, and he showed me a picture of a girl that was like way out of his league, and then I was like, there's no way that's your girlfriend. I said, no. And then she was like, can I see a picture of your girlfriend? Did I already ask you that? And I said, no. Sure. So I showed her that picture, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I said, thanks. And then like Nate came in, and Wendy was like, and then well before Nate came in, Wendy was asking me like, she's like, what do you do like when you're not at work? Like, what do you do during the day? And I said, well, I'll wake up and talk to my girlfriend, and then just like hang out on YouTube or Xbox on there. And she's like, oh really? I said, yeah. And I said, I usually have a lot of homework, so when I'm not doing those three things, then I'm doing homework. And she's like, oh, so you go to school? And I was like, yeah, I go to ASU online. And then I lied and told them that I go to EMCC on Tuesdays and Thursdays so that I can like, have those days off to work on homework. Because if I was like, I go online, then they'd be like, well, technically you don't have any other obligations in person, so I'm not gonna hire you unless you can work every day or something. So I need a couple days a week dedicated for homework, That way it gives me enough time to read the 30 or so pages per week and answer the discussion question. But yeah, sure. What class are you taking at EMCC? And I just sliding to micro and macroeconomics, which were those the last two? No, the last two classes I took was I think macroeconomics and social media marketing. Um, but it's like my cutoffs. Oh my gosh. Do I look like a douche? My Game of Thrones tank top. Yeah, and then so she was asking if I played any instruments, and I guess she was in like marching band or something. And so I think to myself, oh, you're one of those kids. And then I was just like, I played baseball and swam in high school, and that's about it. I mean, I was on the wrestling team for a week and I quit. I mean, I bowled during high school, but not like for my high school, you know? I had the most success in sports outside of high school on my own than I did playing team sports in high school. I won my state championships in 2012, so I was 20, so I was about 2 years out of high school when I won both of my state championships, and the same year winning Grand Canyon State gold medal. But yeah, in high school, it's just I was captain of the swim team the first year that the school ever made it to state championship. So I was captain of the team that year. So I led my high school swim team to its first ever state championship berth. And my relay team at regionals was the first team in school history to medal at regionals. And yeah, so not sure what to talk about. But yeah, so she was just like asking me about like sports I did, and that's when Nate walked in and was like, and Wendy was like, I'm getting to know my coworkers. She's like, we talked about this and all that stuff. And Nate was like, and the only thing you didn't talk about was work. And he started laughing, and then Wendy's like, we should probably get back to work. I said, yeah. So my like 10-minute break turned into like a 30-minute break. But at that point it was like 7:30, I think it was. So I had like 30 minutes left of work. So I just walked around in circles with a pink Super Bowl that I found and was bouncing that around. And then so I found some little kid and asked his mom, I was like, I just found this, do you want it? like, does he want it? And she was like, sure. And I walked away, and I was like, I said under my breath, geez, you don't have to be a fucking bitch about it. We just gave your kid a Super Bowl. Just be happy. But I didn't know whose son it was until after I gave him a Super Bowl. And it was this kid, Chris Young, that used to pick on me all the time at Wildflower. And his son is probably 4 or 5 years old, and Chris Young is my age, so he's a very young dad, so it doesn't surprise me. Gene at our work was saying that he's 40 and he has a 25-year-old son, so he was 15 when his son was born, which is fucking insane. That sucks. But jeez, being 40, not having to like, your kid is like out of the house already and gone, and you're like 32 when your kid moves out or something, which is insane. But yeah, then I just like walked around work, and then I clocked out, went and got my stuff, and then bought the crown and the socks. And then I made up my proof of purchase receipt that I signed and had Nate sign for my sign. And I wrote it in that book saying that I paid for it, $20, and then take my name on the inside of the sign. And then, so I am the owner of that Game of Thrones sign, which I think is cool because I want to put it up on that wall, the same wall that has my Game of Thrones poster and my Robb Stark sword, and it's just part of like a Game of Thrones collection that very few people are gonna have that in their collection. Is a giant golden Game of Thrones sign. That's something that you can't buy other than going into like a Halloween store that sells Game of Thrones stuff, but it has to be a spirit store because Game of Thrones is spirit exclusive, so people would have to go into a spirit Halloween store and buy that sign. So yeah, so it's pretty exclusive, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm gonna finish up this video and take my contacts out, pass out, and hopefully we can Skype more, maybe play some Halo if you want. As far as your belly button piercing goes, like I said, it's not like a body modification that I would really have a problem with. I mean, like if you wanted a tattoo like on your chest or something, then I'm like, okay, well, you can be in a tattoo parlor which is open to the public. You're gonna have your shirt off. You're gonna have to be like completely topless to get this tattoo. Then your tattoo artist, a job that's predominantly male, isn't gonna have to be like, okay, well, I'm doing your tattoo and just get a free look and a free feel out of the whole thing. And like, obviously, I would never let you do that. This is my example of just like a body modification that I wouldn't feel comfortable with. same if you're like getting your hips pierced or something. I don't want some guy just like putting his hand like on the side of your body and then like touching your hips and stuff. It's just no thanks. As far as your belly button, I mean, I would prefer you to get it done. Like if you let me finish my sentence. I'm not saying I prefer you to get it done. No. So what I'm trying to say is that if you were to get it done, I would prefer you to get it done by a woman, if that would be possible. Who knows? Maybe that's just a no-brainer that a woman would do it because women, they can pierce their own belly buttons and they know how to do it and they're doing it all the time to their friends or something. So maybe it's just a no-brainer that it would be a woman that would pierce your belly button, but I would prefer it to be a woman. I don't know, I guess I've just always had this sort of like preconceived notion that people with belly button piercings are like whores, you know? Um, is it right to just assume that? Of course not. But it's just, I don't know. Um, I guess it's just been my um, just experience, like seeing people in public, like with you know belly button piercings and stuff. They're usually whores, so that's just like the stereotype of people who have belly button piercings are whores for the most part. But again, like it's not really like a body modification that I would have a problem with because like people would just be seeing your stomach. You know, it's the same thing as if we were going to the beach. People are going to see your stomach, so um, like people are going to see more of you at the beach than they would be if you were getting your belly button pierced. Um, but I just yeah, like I said, I just prefer to be a girl, and I want to be there when it happens. Maybe that's common sense also, but yeah, I wouldn't want you to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get my belly button pierced, and I'll come back and I'll show you it. You know, like I'll surprise you with what I get or something. Like I want to be there. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with you getting it. If you get it and I see it and I don't like it, then you know we can talk about it. But again, I'd be fine with it. So whatever you want to do. So you seem like you want to get it done. You were saying that how you were thinking about it and you're not sure. And then in the video, you're like, I really want to get it done. So I didn't know that you really wanted to get it done. I just thought that you were thinking about it. But either way, yeah, I mean, it's hair's getting all weird. But yeah, either way, it's fine. Um, Today's Sunday now. Yes. It's crazy how The Walking Dead is already back on tonight. Like the week has gone by super fast. Yeah, as far as like the wedding in the Bahamas, I know that we talked about it on the phone before you fell asleep. Um, but I agree that I would, it'd be nice to like get married and then go off somewhere and not just like go off somewhere and be married and then still be at the place that you went off to, you know? Yeah, so, I mean, getting married in California and then going to Alani or something would be fun. Um, but, I mean, California or Arizona would be like the two places that my family would travel. I'm pretty certain that like my aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff would make the trek to Arizona for my wedding, but I think they'd be more inclined to go um, because it's sort of like, I don't know, they want things to revolve around them. So if they wanted, they would probably be more willing to go if it was in California. Um, so yeah. Um, hmm. Yeah, just because like my immediate family wouldn't be able to afford to go on a cruise or really out of state, other than California or Nevada, would be like as far as they'd be able to travel. Um, but yeah, like I said, I thought it was cool how your mom was like asking when we were going to get married. Um, so I'm glad she likes me. At least I hope I do. At least I hope she does. I obviously do uh, feel happiness that she would like me. So yeah. So anyway, um, um, as far as the St. Oak legging shirt, I'll have to go on Etsy and sort of see a visual of what the shirts look like. But I don't know. I kind of like it'd be sort of like my Mr. Rogers shirt. I sort of like white shirts when it comes to like those types of pictures on it. I have to see, but I think I like white more. But like I said, I'll have to go on Etsy and see the different colors. And sort of picture it with clothes that I would wear. Um, hmm, what else to talk about? What does what does Taylor think about this whole, like, her wedding, you know, just sort of being rushed and sort of, sounds like, I don't know, sounds like she's not doing much of the planning in it. I don't know. I thought girls wanted to plan their wedding, you know? That it's sort of just all being done right away, and, um, you know, I know how adamant she is wanting, like, a really cute proposal, um, but it seems like it's just, I can't plan this wedding because I know that you're gonna say yes or something, you know? So, I don't know. How does she feel about the whole thing? I don't know, for me, like, I want to propose to you and not have anyone know that it's happening, you know, other than myself, and then you will know, obviously, once you get proposed to, and then we tell people and have them be, like, surprised and sort of relive the surprise over again. Um, but, I don't know, in their situation, it's sort of like, okay, everyone, I'm proposing to her. This is like when it's gonna happen. Like everyone knows, sort of, except for her, which is also common, is for a lot of people to be in on the proposal. But it's just like, I don't know if they're thinking that they're like already pretty much engaged, and all that has to happen is just a question needs to be asked, and then they can go on, like, move to the next step. But I mean, you're her future sister-in-law. You should ask her how she feels, if she feels like this whole thing is, you know, being rushed because you're only engaged to once, hopefully, and you're only married to once, hopefully, and I'm sure she doesn't want it all like rushed. She seems like the type of girl that would, like, really wants it to be special. So not saying that it wouldn't be, because I mean it is going to be, but just as far as like the whole rushing through things, like you said, like, what's her opinion on it? Um, but but you know, some people, that's just what they like. Like, my Aunt Cindy and Uncle Jack just drove to Vegas and got married in small little, like, chapel thing, and that was it. Whereas, like, my parents had, like, you know, traditional, like, wedding in a church. So everybody's different. So who knows? It's now over 34 minutes. I'm getting pretty tired. Um, so yeah, I'm gotta get some reading done tomorrow. Also, hopefully I can finish, you know, the 20 pages that I need to read. We can both read tomorrow. Yay! Technically today, because it's obviously past midnight, but I think that's pretty much everything we talked about. Um, pretty much covered everything, I think. The back step looks huge right now. beast. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so can't wait for you to come home. Um, and yeah, so I love you a lot, and I miss you a lot, and I will talk to you soon, babe. Love you. Bye. Hope you slept well.